Hey, Empress Vibrant here. Hope everybody is bliss. So, welcome to the coaching session again today. So, it's tarot, and yeah, so we're using the tarot and oracle cards. Like last week, I want to keep with the same thread, which is these coaching cards. Use these for your own scenarios, your own goals. Just think of the questions in relation to the goal that you already have. And for those that resonate with the reading that I'm picking up, the energy that I'm picking up regarding these cards, then yeah, please apply it, and add to it, take away, tailor it to yourself. And in the one-to-ones, we go so much more in depth and it's more personalized to you, and we really dig deep. So with these, I just want to give you guys a little snapshot into how these sessions could run. Obviously, it's a little bit more personal and a little bit more in depth. But without any further ado, let's carry on. And all the information for your bookings, for readings and coaching will be in the description box below. So the overall goal I see here is freedom. Okay, freedom. So the message says the energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and a bold exploration. So the energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. So the need to widen the horizon, be free to make decisions, be free to live life in the way that you want to live it, not being confined. And I like the fact that it's like boundless expression and bold exploration. Bold, that's definitely stepping out of comfort zone. That's definitely stepping out and doing something totally brand new. So I'm really loving that kind of energy. So I'm loving the fact that you want to be free to express and to do all the things you want to do. So the goal, the G in the goal is, what are the short-term goals along the way to the big goal, and which one needs immediate attention? So think about that question for yourself. If your goal is to feel free to express yourself through the arts, and ultimately your goal is to have your things shown in a gallery, or to have your play possibly on at the theatre. So the short-term goals to that could be doing small workshops along the way, building up the confidence, getting a buzz, getting some feedback. That kind of energy is what I'm feeling. That's just intuitive with the cards. I like that energy though, but there is a few things that you can do along the way and what needs attention. So the question is, what are your what are the shorter term goals along the way to the big goal? And which one needs immediate attention? So we have an offer, okay, an offer of love, an offer of companionship, offer of support. We have the Six of Cups. So we're talking about the past. So I feel as though on the way to getting what we want, which is this freedom, we need to, number one, offer ourselves some compassion, some love, you know, cut ourselves some slack from some of the things that we had happen in the past. I feel like Six of Cups talks about nostalgia, childhood, old things, yesteryear kind of energy. And I feel like if you want to be free, you want to be free to express, and you want to have that boundless exploration. So beyond what you've ever known before. And I feel like that's what it is. I think towards the goal of, okay, having everything set up, small, intimate events, workshops, one-on-ones. Yeah, because we've got the Ace of Cups, so there's boundless potential for all things love, harmony, togetherness, unity. So I feel like on the way to having, you know, the full exploration, the full expression of how you feel, how you want things to be, I think along the way, it's good to have, yeah, I can keep hearing smaller events or smaller, intimate. So I think for those who are wanting to do a large scale event, that's to do with some type of beauty, they're saying one of the things that you could possibly do is do like a pop-up shop, and just offer some for some of you, offer some free treatments like for a limited amount, and then do something like for the community, like you do the elderly's hair, or the homeless, or it's something to do with giving back. And it's along the way to the major thing, because I think ultimately the whole thing is around being able to give back. But there are small things you can do along the way. You may not have the backative that you need at the moment in the way of funding to do something on a large scale, but you can scale down a bit and do things that are more intimate locally, and then outsource and getting that kind of energy. But I feel like, you know, there is an energy around wanting to give. You know, there's this cup of love. You know, you've got the knight offering love here. You know, six of cups. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of energy around feeling, and I think it's about giving back, compassion. Yeah, there's a lot of compassion because all of them are cups. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. So it's about that compassion, giving back with that Knight of Cups energy. And the Six of Cups, like I said, this nostalgia, things of the past, maybe somebody helping you along your way in the past, and it's sort of giving you that, I would love to do the same thing, or possibly not having, you know, maybe the memory is not having somebody at that point, or something that was or a situation that was quite dark, and now you are in a position where you have boundless capacity for love and expression right now, you know, with this Ace of Cups energy. So I'm really loving that. So that's the goal. The goal is to give back, and I feel like it starts from self. So there is some self-love and some healing from whatever happened in the past, but I feel like it's being turned on its head, and it's being given like a source of compassion. So I'm really loving that energy. And then we've got reality. So it says, what barriers will need to be overcome? So what barriers need to be overcome? So we have the Star card here. So I think the barriers that need to be overcome is literally, I feel like it's to do with, like this card came up, I think, last week. And I was saying, because obviously it's about hope and faith. But I feel like it's to do with, and because you've got it's right next to the death card, and the death card talks about endings and things. You know, I feel like there is a need to change the way you view things, change the way you're seeing your divine support. Maybe you're not seeing that you've got some real divine support, because the star card talks about remembering, you know, having hope, having faith, recognizing that you have, you know, divine protection, divine support. And I think the barrier to overcome possibly is not changing the way you do things. I think it's about changing, yeah, I think it's about changing the way you do things. Changing the way you do things and seeing the way you, and it's major arcanas that we have here, and we have 3 major arcanas. Yeah, the Star, okay, Death, and the Emperor. So I feel like with the Star card, it's definitely talking to you about there is a need to raise the vibration. I feel like that's what it is. There's an energy that's quite, the energy's dipped, and there's a need to raise the vibration again. Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. Yeah, you need, the barrier that needs to be overcome is to rise over that vibration, to have the motivation again. It's to have that vim again, that kind of energy, and to be able to stop something. The death card is about not flogging, not flogging or beating a dead horse. It's about, yeah, don't dig your heels in on something that you've done before. And just because you've done it before, it should be the only way that's done. There are other ways, they say there's many ways to skin a cat. So, okay, so you've done it this way and it works. But maybe there's a better way that will be more, what's the word for it? Cost effective and less time consuming and more invigorating to go through, or something of that kind of nature. I feel like there needs to be a change, and I feel like it could be with what you're using, your apparatus, your tools. For some of you, this is your vocabulary, your perception. I mean, to this Emperor energy, and I feel like overcoming. I think it's and I feel like it's moving towards this Emperor energy, because I think if you overcome this energy where there's not really much faith in what you're doing, or if you're going to be able to make it happen, changing, I think it's right, this is it. Yeah, there's no faith in the change in direction. The direction change is always going to feel odd. It's always going to feel out of place because it's something that's outside of your comfort zone. However, when you can do something different, because they said there's definitely, see, yeah, I think it's a hard thing. I think it's like the change. I think yeah, you take it's for some of you, this is a lot of, I'm getting a lot of nerves and anxiety. Yeah, I feel like doing anything different is causing a lot of anxiety, but this death card is telling you you can do it. You can let go, you can change. Change one thing, tweak something, And then we've got this Emperor energy, and the Emperor energy is about that focus, direction, knowing what they want to do, why they want to do it, how they want to do it, sticking to the script. They like to have a plan and execute the plan in a certain way. They like things to go by the book. Very, yeah, straight down the line. Let's get this done. That fire energy, that passionate movement, get stuff done, to get the ish done. So I feel like the nerves around changing the way to do something is something to get over, is the barrier, I feel. And for some of you, the barrier to get over is being far too rigid. And yeah, I think it's all about not being too rigid. It's like not being flexible enough. Yeah, be mindful about not being flexible enough for the change that's necessary. So let's go into the options. So it says, from your previous lessons, what can you do? From your previous lessons, what can you do differently to improve this now? From your previous lessons, and it goes back down to that Six of Cups energy. From what's happened in the past, your previous lessons, what could you do differently to improve this? To improve not being so rigid. I feel like you need to, you've got the Five of Swords here, so confront the situation, confront your views, confront your belief systems. I feel like that's what it is. The Five of Swords talks about conflict. It talks about conflict, competition. It talks about bumping heads, and I feel like that's what it is. I think you have to confront where the root of this being rigid comes from, where the root of this fear of moving or changing, especially for those who have seen that You're doing something in the same way, and okay, you're getting by, but it's not really doing anything spectacular. It's not got you further than you've been in some time. So why are you holding on to that particular way of doing something so hard if it's not necessarily yielding tremendous victories then? Okay, so it's sustainable to a certain degree, but it's not got the bells and whistles on it. It's not oozing luxury. It's not giving living life to the fullest kind of energy. So I feel like that's what it is. I think it's like mentally confronting where the fears are coming from, because I think the Five of Swords energy, this conflict energy, I think it's definitely about leveling up with what's going on upstairs, and where we're talking about having the need to be focused with what this Five of Swords energy, and it's talking about confronting it. What can we do differently? I think it's about confronting it, heading it off by the past. We've got the Five of Cups. Five of Cups talks about loss. But with this card, and I hate the fact that there's a glare here, but there's 3 cups that has falling in front, and this person is so upset and is so yeah, they're in loss and mourning over these 3 cups that have fallen away and poured out, and then if the person was just to look behind them, there's 2 cups that's upright, and the contents is in there. So it's about looking to the fact that, okay, some things, there might be some losses, there might have been some things that didn't go to plan, some things that, was unexpected. However, if you look at it, what were the lessons? What were the things that were good? What did you get out of it? And I think if you're able to head it off at the past, really look at what's going on mentally, and also how you're feeling about these situations, you can truly make better decisions, because you've got the Two of Swords. So make better mental decisions from a better standpoint, from a better place, not from a place of lack or loss or grief or worry or anxiety with that Five of Cups energy, but rather making decisions from a more clearer standpoint, a more conscious point of view. I like that. From your previous lessons, what could you do differently to improve this now? I like that. And then we have will. What permission do you need to give yourself to make this happen? What permission do you need to give yourself to make this happen? And I feel like it's this Wheel of Fortune energy. And this Wheel of Fortune is talking about closing out a cycle, recognizing that there is a cycle of renewed energy, change, upward movement, a change in trajectory, spark, spark in the air, spanner in the works, something different, something's happening. This might even be the permission that you may need is to sort of say, yeah, invest in that thing, invest in yourself, because it's the right time. You will get it back. The Wheel of Fortune is talking about the fortune is on your side, luck is on your side, good fortune. So things may come a little bit more easier, especially when the vibrations right. Well, like I said, with lifting up the vibration, once you lift up that vibration, you're able to fully utilize this energy. I think the permission that you need is to just recognize that there is, like, go ahead, do it. Yeah, I think that's what it is, and I feel like I think like it's the money. So I feel like if you've been sitting on something and you don't necessarily want to spend anything, really look at how brilliant or lucrative it can be moving forward. And take it as permission. This is a sign to say, right, I can dig in my pot to invest in myself for the future, because it makes better sense anyway, because I want the freedom to explore and to express and to have boundless ways to explore this world and all of the skills and potential that I actually have. And sometimes I think, we're so worried about having the nest egg and stuff like that, that sometimes we may not invest in ourselves more than we should. And definitely the fortune is definitely on your side when you definitely raise your vibrations as well and make your intentions extremely clear and visualize as well. So I feel like that will allow you to be comfortable to just wait for things to happen with this Three of Wands. The decision's been made, the action has happened, and now we're just waiting to see what's going to happen, waiting for the ships to come in. Okay, so I've let go a little bit. I've let go of the reins. I've not, you know, put myself into having to control the whole narrative. Let me see what's going to happen with the ships to come in. So I'm really loving that energy. So like I said, if it resonates with you, please comment and let me know. And anyway, like I said, you just what I ultimately wanted to do with these sessions is just to kind of go over these questions and apply it to your own goals, and really start thinking about, okay, so what is going on? How can I, you know, what's my goal? What's the reality? What's really going on? What options do I have? And what can I actually do? What will I do to move things to the next level? So the goal in grow, G for goal, is what are the shorter term goals along the way to the big goal, and which one needs immediate attention? And like I said, I think it's the taking some time to love on oneself, and the goal is to be free to express yourself, to be free to give back. There's an energy around community, giving back, disabilities, elderly, local vibes. So yeah, reality. What are the barriers that need to be overcome? And I was saying about this energy about doing things in the same way, you know, systematically do things in the same way, and not changing the way you do things, and not necessarily seeing a different outcome. Okay, so it may be okay for you, but I think it's a barrier. I think not wanting to stretch, or being too frightened to stretch more than anything, because we've got the death card here, so we know something needs to die, we know something needs to change, but I feel like there's a nerves and a lack of faith around if you change how it's going to be. But the Emperor's here to say, look, yeah, once you relinquish all of that, I'll get stuff done, because the Emperor's about getting stuff done and sticking to a structure that is beneficial for all. We've got the options. What previous lessons, my goodness, tongue tie, from your previous lessons, what can you do differently to improve this now? So I was saying it's literally about confronting what's going on, why you feel the way you feel, what's going on in the brain, why there is you know, confront it, you know, hit it off at the pass, really, really observe yourself. And then this energy of the Five of Cups, you know, the loss, not looking at things from a place of lack, you know, is a lesson in itself, especially when we're looking about the past as well. And we definitely said there was an energy around possibly some things not going right, or not going in the way that you wanted them, with the Six of Cups energy. And then we've got making better decisions. So I feel like that's what it is. I think from confronting why your brain is default on a default setting that's just on negativeville, or the gutter, or whatever it may be. You know, looking at the loss, and then also looking at the victories that have happened irrespective of the losses. Because like I said, that Five of Cups is talking about a loss, but also a change. Because if you was to spin around and see that the Three Cups that have fallen, okay, sure, but there's two standing upright behind me. That's the change in looking at something, and then the change again with this Two of Swords, with the decision that is being made. And then what permission do you need? Invest in yourself. Fortune favors the bold. It's about that energy. Invest in yourself, and the energy is freedom. The energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. Come on now. You know? So the advice from the spirit animals, or the animal spirit deck, is spirit has your back. Eagle spirit, spirit has your back. So again, just to let you know again, you have divine support. You know, Spirit does have your back. And you just need to lean into that. Starfish Spirit, open to infinite possibility. Again, be open to infinite possibility. Don't be rigid. Don't be so nervous about changing the way you do things or trying out something new. There's nothing wrong with trying out something new. If it doesn't work out, then cool. If it doesn't really sit well, then cool. But at least you've tried. Yeah, and there's going to be so much possibility for the business ventures, and the personal growth in itself is really, really amazing. And then lastly, we have the Koala Spirit, which is Spirit has a plan. So even if you may not understand what you're doing or why you've been led where you've been led to, and it's like, where is this? Why am I wanting to learn this? Why am I wanting to talk to this person? Why am I now doing this work? Why am I thinking so much about the community? Why am I even worried about other people? Or why am I, so focused on myself right now? And Spirit has a plan. Yeah, you're being built for something. There is victory is always the end goal when it comes to Spirit. Yeah, victory is always the end goal. It's just the lessons that we learn along the way and the strength and the faith that we build. So, my lovelies, this has been your reading. I hope it was beneficial. If it resonates, please comment and let me know. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. To be up to the time with the readings. This is for my YouTube folks, and for the other socials. Like up the things and share it. And all the information for your personal readings is in the description box below. Big up yourself. Take care.